Most people believe something comforting. They believe the world judges them by their heart, by their ideas, by their potential. But reality is colder. Before you speak, before you shake a hand, before anyone hears your story, they have already judged you. The human brain is ruthless. It does not want truth. It wants shortcuts. A quick signal, a fast decision, friend or threat, leader or nobody. And the fastest signal of all is appearance. Your posture, your clothes, your silence, your gaze. These things speak long before your mouth opens. If you look powerful, doors open. If you look uncertain, doors close. The game begins before the first move. And most men lose before they even play. Machiavelli understood this 500 years ago. Men judge with their eyes, not their hands. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Very few discover what you really are. So, understand this truth. In the brutal economy of human perception, looking weak is dangerous. Looking poor is worse. Because the moment you appear powerless, the world starts working against you. Most people think poverty is about money. They are wrong. To the human animal, poverty is a signal, a scent, a silent message that whispers to the crowd, this one is vulnerable. In nature, weakness attracts predators. A limping deer does not receive sympathy. It receives attention. And attention in the wild means death. Human society pretends to be civilized. But the ancient instincts never disappeared. We do not bite throats. We destroy reputations. We exploit weakness. We exclude the vulnerable. When you look poor, you become safe to exploit. The merchant cheats you. The employer ignores you. The powerful overlook you, because in their mind, you cannot fight back. This is the brutal geometry of perception. The world does not ask, who are you? The world asks, what do you look like? And from that image, your fate begins. If you understand this, you already see the game. Most people never will. They will walk into the world unarmored, unaware. But if something inside you just clicked, leave a single word below. Awake, not for me. For the moment you saw the system, the human brain is not noble. It is efficient. It does not search for truth. It searches for shortcuts. Fast judgments. Instant conclusion. Because thinking deeply is expensive. So the brain invented a brutal system. One signal, one image, one impression. From that single clue, it builds an entire story about who you are. This is called the horn effect. One negative signal, and the mind assumes everything else is negative. Your shoes are cracked, so you must be careless. Your posture collapses, so you must be weak. The mind connects dots instantly. If you cannot control your appearance, they assume you cannot control your life. If you cannot manage the fabric on your back, how will you manage a company? The visual becomes proof. Not real proof, but convincing proof. The world assumes discipline on the outside means discipline on the inside. Right or wrong, that is the rule. Every morning, you choose a costume. Not just clothes, a role, victim, background character, or protagonist. The world will believe the character you present. There is a dark paradox in the movement of money. Resources rarely flow to those who need them most. They flow to those who look like they do not need them. Walk into a negotiation looking desperate, and something strange happens. The room tightens. The offers shrink. The trust disappears. Because desperation smells like risk. Now change the signal. Walk in calm. Move slowly. Speak like a man with options. Suddenly, the same people treat you differently. Humans follow the law of association. We link wealth with competence, and poverty with failure. Right or wrong, that link controls opportunity. This is why fake it till you make it is misunderstood. It is not vanity. It is strategy. A way to signal power. Before the power arrives, Machiavelli called it the mask of the prince. You project the image required until reality begins to follow. First comes the mask. Then comes the throne. Let us go deeper. Beneath civilization, there is still the animal brain. A silent system older than language. Dominance hierarchies. Every creature scans for status. In the wild, a wounded animal does not receive mercy. It sends a signal that says, no allies, no strength, no defense. Human society is simply a cleaner version of the same system. We do not hunt with claws. We hunt with contracts, with ridicule, with exclusion. When you look poor, you remove your deterrence. Predators do not ask if they should attack. They ask only one question. Will there be consequences? Cheat a powerful man, and you risk retaliation. Cheat a powerless man, and nothing happens. No lawyers, no allies, no voice. This is why appearance is armor, a psychological shield. It makes predators hesitate. And hesitation is all the time a king needs. Most people enter the world unprotected. No armor, no shield, just hope. Hope that others will see their heart. Hope that the world will be fair. But hope is not a strategy. Appearance is not vanity. It is armor, a psychological shield that surrounds you. Before anyone tests your intelligence, before anyone tests your character, when you look powerful, predators hesitate. They pause. They calculate. They wonder, who is this man? Is he dangerous? That moment of hesitation is everything. Because attacks require certainty, but uncertainty creates distance, and distance creates respect. The lion does not need to roar. It simply stands. Presence is enough. Real power is quiet, still, certain. Most people will never understand this. They will blame luck. They will blame society. But the real battlefield was perception. If this perspective changed the way you see people, let this idea travel. Someone else out there needs to see the game too. There is another signal far more dangerous than clothing. The poverty gaze. The silent language of the defeated. It lives in the eyes, not the wallet. The poverty gaze breaks eye contact first. It apologizes without words. It shrinks when entering a room. It laughs nervously when insulted. It asks permission to exist. A king does the opposite. He holds the gaze, not aggressively, not nervously, but calmly, like a man who belongs everywhere. Watch closely. The poor man moves fast. He apologizes with his body, but the powerful man moves slowly, as if time belongs to him. There is another signal that reveals poverty. Noise. The poor man talks too much. He explains. He complains. He reveals everything. Power is quiet. The predator does not announce itself. The tiger does not narrate its plan. Silence creates mystery, and mystery creates power. The poor man cannot tolerate silence. Silence feels like judgment, so he fills the air with stories, with explanations, with noise. He reveals his plans, his fears, his debts, his frustrations, and he calls it being honest. But in reality, he is giving away his power. The powerful man does something different. He listens. He observes. He lets others talk themselves empty. Because information is currency, and silence collects it. Look at the predator. The tiger does not announce itself. It waits. It watches. It moves only when the moment is perfect. When you speak less, you become a blank canvas. People project their imagination onto you. They wonder, what does he know? What is he planning? And in that uncertainty, they give you power. Not because you demanded it, but because they invented it. Silence is the architect of authority. Many people say, I cannot afford to look wealthy. But they misunderstand the signal. Looking poor is rarely about price. It is about maintenance. A cheap shirt, perfectly clean, looks richer than a designer jacket covered in neglect. Because discipline is visible, and discipline signals power. Look closer. The details speak. Polished shoes, clean nails, a sharp collar, a steady posture. These small signals tell a larger story. Broken things send a message. A cracked phone, a torn sleeve, a neglected appearance. They whisper to your subconscious, this is acceptable. And slowly, you begin to believe it. But when you sharpen your appearance, something changes. Your mind follows your body. Your thoughts slow. Your voice deepens. Your presence becomes deliberate. This is the hidden alchemy. You do not wait to feel powerful. You create the conditions for power. First, the posture, then the presence, then the identity. There is one signal of poverty most men ignore. Your environment, your circle, the people you stand beside. Because in the eyes of the world, you are never judged alone. Humans are simple in one brutal way. They assume similar people travel together. If you walk with defeated men, the world assumes you are defeated too. Status is contagious. Stand beside winners. Their gravity pulls you upward. Stand beside chaos, and the shadow falls on you too. You cannot walk into the war council with jesters. You cannot sit at the table of power with fools, because the king is judged by the company around him. This truth is uncomfortable. Loyalty to the past feels noble, but optics shape reality. Sometimes, rising higher requires distance. Audit your circle. Ask one brutal question. Do the people around you make you look like a leader or like a man trapped in a tragedy? Most people walk through life confused. They believe the system is random. That luck decides everything. But it is not random. It is perception. A hidden algorithm running inside every human mind. Every room you enter, a calculation begins. Who is this man? Is he valuable? Is he dangerous? Is he weak? The answers appear in seconds. But once you see the system, everything changes. You stop begging for approval. You stop hoping for fairness. Instead, you control the signal. Your posture, your silence, your circle, your discipline. These are not small details. They are the signals that tell the world who you are. The world does not reward who you truly are. It rewards who it believes you are. And belief is shaped by the signals you send. If this perspective opened your eyes, then the journey is just beginning. There are deeper layers to power, deeper lessons about human nature. Stay close. Subscribe, turn on the bell, and do not miss the next lesson.